It's with great honor, man, to have my man, Lil G, on the podcast, DJ Hustle's podcast. Lil G, what's happening with you, man? How you doing?
What's up, man? I finally made it, man, to the original, you hear me, DJ Hustle podcast, man. I am so excited to be here, man. Thanks, man, for inviting me on your platform, brother.
Man, you've been grinding forever, man, and the work shows. And I've seen you do great things with one person in a room. I see you do great things with thousands of people in the room. And you are funny with one person, and you are funny with 1,000 people. So
Appreciate it, man.
when it comes to comedy, man, where did you get your insight about doing jokes and hopping on stage?
You know what's funny, man? Like always hanging out, school, class clown, vice versa, or whatever. It's something that you pick up naturally, you know.
Right.
Parents being funny, you name it. It comes within.
Mm-hmm.
And then the craft was taught to me, you know what I mean? Because I met a few comics, you know, hanging out, watching BET and seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
But I really came out of the School of Comedy Hard Knocks, man, where it was over in Carson, California. Because I'm originally from Compton, but Carson had a club, this guy named Black Casper over at the Bistro 880.
Yeah.
He had a comedy club there. And I started going, man, and started promoting. I promoted for like 2 years before I started telling jokes.
Is that right?
Yeah, I used to be a promoter. See, people didn't know I was promoting comedy shows. I had met them, Smokey D, Your C, Hurricane. I had met a lot of older guys, and you know, and they was into it. TK Kirkland, you know, man, you can name it back then. Tommy Chung, Michael Blackston, everybody that was, you know, senior representatives back then, they would have to come through the spot.
Right. No,
so I got a chance to, you know what I mean, work with these guys on a professional level just by being a booker and understanding the business of comedy, understand how it's, you know, produced.
Right.
It's, you know, firsthand. So once a comic didn't show up, now I'm kind of like, what I got? Oh, okay. I know how I go. So let me host it. Let me bring the first guy up. And, you know, your first night of comedy, like, yo, you're going to be the host. You're like, huh? You know what I mean? So it was kind of like handed. Plus, I kind of knew the craft. I ran with the right guys to understand the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to be in the game and don't know the game. A lot of guys get in the game like the rap business and they don't know the game. It's like playing baseball. It's like, fuck, I got 3 strikes already. Motherfucker, you out. That's the game. You know what I mean? That's the game, motherfucker. It's the game. It's over. Baseball.
It's right.
It's built like a machine. So that's how I originally got into it. Carson to Bistro 880. And from there, I was discovered by a chick named Michelle Murdoch, which is
I know her.
A long room that's built and running for almost 20 years upstairs in the belly room. And he discovered me and brought me to Hollywood. Nobody knows that.
Oh.
Yeah. My Star Entertainment was the first person to discover me and took me to Hollywood.
What was your aha moment when you hopped on the mic and you got into your shoe and you like, wait a minute, this is something that I really want to do every day? What was your aha moment?
Oh man, I think it had to come from the Bistro 880. Like when you first, you know what I mean, get your first laugh, your first, well, it's just, I can't explain it because I've been doing it so long now. You just gotta love her and treat her right and she'll treat you back. That's it. I don't know, like, you gotta think, man, like this game has been good to me. I have no complaints. Like, how do you, like a kid coming from Compton complains at the simple fact they boo or they boo? It's priceless to me where I'm from.
Exactly.
So, you know, everybody sucks and everybody likes the best. So you're in between.
I remember the time we did a few house parties, man.
Right.
That was a rough crowd. Brothers in there was packing gats. You was like, hold on, player. Hustle, keep going. He got a gun in the corner. I'm like, I ain't tripping.
You gotta read the room because we was from that and we wouldn't, they would be like, man, just as long as he don't come up and he ain't taking your equipment, he ain't taking his mic out.
He ain't taking nothing. And we held it.
And that's what it was.
How many parties did we do like that?
1,000. I mean, but what did you expect from the level of life we was living up until the point how we both grew to understand I ain't doing them type of joints no more.
It took a quick minute. It took one good shot. I was like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done.
But the money was good. You know, we was young. I mean, that was our era of it, though. You can't stop what it was because we didn't really realize how dangerous it was.
No, you know what's funny? I got a college deal party in Watts. I was like, ooh.
It's not wrong with Watts, but I'm saying it's just you can't do the parties like we used to literally do the project parties. Okay, we over here with the Bounty Hunters this week. Now we're over with the Grape Street this week.
Yeah.
Now we're here with, and then we go to Compton. Now we're in the SA Hood. Now we over here, and it was like you had to leave the streets alone to further gain your, you know, ability to do show business because I looked at it like, you know what, man, fuck, man, I can't go over there. I'm gonna cancel this gig just because. You know, the blue side or the red side. I said, nah, man, forget that, man. When I got to the family room and started doing other spots like Studio East, I grew up with you guys like from Studio East days. Like when it was just, nobody was on that. It was just coming to get your craft off. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of people didn't understand how, you know, time does really, you know, heal the wounds, but like some of them guys didn't really, you know, they got jumped in them parties and blew their careers just because they were scared to really live their talent out. They got caught up in the streets, man. So you got to look at how far we've really came, dog, overall.
You've came pretty far, man. You've been on tour with some giants, Snoop Dogg. I can't name everybody you've been on tour with, man. You jumped to Vegas. You all over the country. You moving around. Give me a good experience that you had on the road with somebody, man, that you opened up for, or they opened up for you.
You know what? My greatest experience probably so far is being blessed to be in the business, dog. Like to be in the business, to be doing it 20 years, like still doing what I do for a living, like touring nonstop over 20 years. I've done everything that I could possibly want out of my career. Like I feel that I'm successful. I'm okay. My mother's all right. My kids great. I mean, everybody's doing well, but everything in the inner me is probably still in shambles. But because I go through so much emotions, we can't say this, we can't do this, losing this, cancel this. So fuck all that, but I still don't care. But you have to care at some moment because you don't want your kid getting picked on at school or, you know what I mean, hate mail coming to your wife's office, or you don't want your mother getting mean mugged at church. And so you got to start caring, but I don't care. But I'm just saying at some point you got to start caring. My greatest experience, I'll say, was probably going out of the country, being international. My first international, the first person that took me out of the country was Warren G, believe it or not. That was my first person. I'm into like first experience going out of the country was with Warren G. And it was a great experience. Him, the security guard, Big Lou Dog, you know what I mean? The whole pack, man. And the time that I spent with them was like unbelievable. What led on to, you know, hanging out with them, growing up under that 213 clique and being able to recognize how Long Beach embraced me, how Compton embraced them. Where it was all love, you know what I mean? And watching my cousin build his Studio 700, and being a part of Daddy V, OG TV, and stuff like that, to see like that era of me was exciting to me. Like I said, going to Punta Cana, man, internationally, like opening up for Guy Torrey, Melanie Camacho, Cat Williams, working on the road with him was a big blessing. You know, Mike Epps touring with him for 5 or 6 years, and just being able to wet my feet, Kevin, and you know, just I've had my own clubs and several
on Melrose,
on Melrose. I was you know right across the street from Nick Cannon's spot when he had his clothing store. Right. So I've been around a long time, man, trying to shuffle dollars quietly and you know. Just trying, man, just having a great time with the little success that I call I ain't got to do what you want me to do no more.
Man, you got more than a little success. in this time that we are in now with cancel culture, is it harder for you to write funny jokes that you really want to write, or do you have to censor yourself a little bit so you can be able to maneuver through this craziness right now?
Damn, how can I answer this without being an asshole, right? Did you think about ironing that shirt when you put that motherfucker on, or you just put it on because it's your shirt, right? You didn't give a fuck how it looked when you put it on. Like, I put this sweater on. Did you literally think to say, you know what, I'm gonna put this fucking sweater on, put this chi hat on? You don't think, you just react. So sometimes in being a comic, you want to react and attack at the funny. You don't give a fuck what it is. You don't care who it's humiliating. You don't give a damn what the fuck time it is. Some shit just not funny. But if it's a time for a motherfucker to react and get your ass, he gonna get you.
Right.
So how do you take it as a person that's ever been joned on, like, damn, this motherfucker jonesing on me, yo? Do you get up and leave out, or do you sit there and be like, man, go fuck with somebody else now. Don't keep it on me now. So you gotta pick and choose who you picking on, and why you picking on them. You know what I mean?
We didn't call it that back in the day, though. We was just bagging, and we let whoever.
But that's what I understand. We let everybody have it. But bagging is totally different art form, bro, from comedy. It's a totally, now you might have one or two bags in the midst on a break or two in between jokes, but it's a totally different art form. So we try to kind of blend in the truth with reality somewhat to make it funny, but you got to take it for what you want. It's like a Picasso. How you gonna take it home? You gonna hang it on this wall or that wall?
Right.
No, I mean, I just feel that I never censored. I was counseled before counsel was counseled. You know what I mean? I was, oh shit, Lil G said that in this show. God damn, whoa. I'm XXXX, don't come if you don't. That's all I can say.
You've put on a few comics, and I've seen you grow from the comic that everybody, now you can't get on yet, to the comic to where you gonna bring G? Bring G. We like him. Bring him in there. And you still have that kind of flow to this day. What is it about you that you feel that everybody keeps calling you to hop on the show with?
That's a great question, man. Staying irrelevant, staying witty, staying yourself, being original. You have that flair, as they say, that it's in you, not on you. I'm just been blessed. Like, I've had a silver spoon in the game because I'm from here. I'm from LA. I'm from Compton. I'm from those streets. I'm from Inglewoods. I'm from Calabasas. I'm from everything that represents Southern California. Yeah. You know what I mean? So even if you think the Bay, I'm there. I'm Vegas. I'm Colorado. It's to be around the United States a few times, man, and really get that love and embrace everywhere. It's hard to tell you why they choose me. I think I just want to tell you something someone told me. It's hard to be a star of the stars.
That is a hard hustle. I mean, that's in every bit of what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you why.
That's always been my hustle.
I'm gonna tell you why they choose you, because you're funny and you're a threat. And people who are successful like threats. Now, I know it sounds retarded when I say it, but people who are successful like other threats because it makes them better. So when somebody chooses you to go on stage and he's the great in everybody else's eyes, he's choosing you because you can go out there and kill it. Because he sees
you're a workhorse.
He sees you, or she sees you as him or her. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, this dude's funny. Let's do this. Let's knock this out of the park. We need him here. So when they see you on stage, I remember one time what was that song called again? Oh, Woke Up in My God. He was doing that for a minute. I was dying when I was walking in. And then remember the time we did an interview in the alley?
Yeah. That's how we used to have it. That's how my club was set. That
was it. Like we planned it to where we did the interview. We talked for about 15 minutes in the alley on the couch that we don't know what was on. We talked there, and then we walked around, kept on talking, and I walked.
Right. It was before that because you didn't know that I had the club. You didn't really know that situation was going on. You didn't know it was a show in there.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew it was a club. I didn't know that you had.
I know.
You tricked me.
So I told you, I was like, well, we got about 15 minutes. We can go ahead. And I was like, you know what? Forget it. Let's go ahead. And I walked you right into the show. And we went on stage and I let you do it. It was dope, right?
It was dope.
I think that was one of the coolest interviews that I can say, because I know your platform. I know you've shared that fan base. Like, I've seen DJs literally like, oh man, I'm finna go. I'm like, why you finna go? He's like, man, hustle, they got hustle, man. I ain't finna get paid tonight. I'm like, oh, dog, he ain't like that. It's like you done took the whole budget, but they don't get it because of the media, what you do. I've seen you on commercials. I've seen you hustle. I've seen you work, not just you hustle. So it's like, I could never take away from the hustle you had, and you've always respect my hustle. You know what I mean? I've watched you work for years. It's like, I never look at my big brothers or big people other than myself being intimidated by me. Right. I think that I got a pen out of 1 of a million. I think that my funny is on a level where it probably won't be respected until, rest in peace, AJ Johnson, a few other people like Bernie Mac and, Red Fox, Rudy Ray Moore. It comes in those times. Like, right. Sometimes you don't get your flowers while you're here. They just give you hey, he's good, So, you don't get in the great cards until you expires, I guess. Mm-hmm. My job is just to inspire before I expire right now.
Man, your flowers is coming every day, man. Don't worry about that.
I appreciate it, man. I'm breathing. Everybody's good, man. The city's looking good. Mm. I can't take away from nothing right now that comes with everything. You know what I'm saying?
I get you, man. So in the upcoming show, what do you got going on in the future, man, so people can come out and check you out, bro?
You know what's crazy? I'm still touring. I have a few world tours that I'm on right now. Mm-hmm. I'm just ready to shoot my special, like one man, one night, one only. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna shoot that. And I haven't picked the city yet. That's the thing. Okay. It's all in development. So as I'm touring right now, I'm grabbing new material. Plus, the crisis with the people and the pandemic. And, like I had an argument with a stripper chick. Like, no, seriously, like, hey,
I'm looking at you like, what you gonna say?
It became one of my craziest bits because I was like, hey, get off me. You ain't vaccinated. She's like, no, I'm not getting vaccinated. I was like, you got $3,500 worth of fixing flat in your ass, but you ain't finna get vaccinated, right? Then I'm like, you got all this Jiffy Lube jelly in your titties. You gotta go get your whole body done at goddamn Midas, and you gonna tell me you ain't going to get no vaccine? So I was like, okay, this is it. This is where it is. And I woke up in the news and it was crazy. Who's vaccinated? Who's not? You can't even come in certain comedy clubs unless you're not vaccinated. So now that takes a majority of your fan base that doesn't believe in being vaccinated away from, they're splitting your money up so many different ways, bro, where it's unbelievable. Like, it hurts everybody from the David Chappelle's to the Lil G's to the you and me's. You know what I mean? Like, it really hurts. The only people who are really enjoying themselves right now is the ones that will probably be dead in the next 6 months. Damn. But other than that, you know what I mean? They think it's a joke. I'm moving slow. I'm not encouraging my fans to run out and see me, but I am encouraging you to come see me, goddamn it. But, do it safely, wear your mask. Like I said, I'm not really doing too much right now. I'm just doing enough. I'm creating TV shows. I'm opening up platforms for other people that I think that's hella funnier than me, or I think that really got it, that need to switch over to do other things. So I'm not really focusing in on me right now.
Okay. That's cool, man. Well, man, thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate you, man.
Come on, man. You're just one of my favorites, man, because it's so much you do that people don't really know you do outside of just being a cold DJ. I'm
not gonna tell them either.
You know what? Sometimes somebody got to interview you and sit down and get the real you because they don't know who you are. I thank God for you. I thank God for your platform. You is one brother that I know that ain't never ran on me when it came to these funky ass situations in show business. We had to stand. I'd be like, God damn, where you get that from? Hey, I'm goddamn
knuckle up.
My turntable.
You gonna knuckle up.
Oh man, you was solid, man. You was solid, man.
You gonna knuckle up.
And I appreciate all that, man. And you know what, man? Believe it or not, a lot of people don't think a lot of people every day, and it's not about thinking about people, but their slogans and what they do is very important. And that's on my desk, man. Every day I'm hustling. So I know you somewhere hustling, doing something. And it is big for the culture. See, people don't know that. We're comedy and music and video and all this. People didn't think it was this when you was doing this. And you was doing this way before this. And now it's just catching up with time. You blessed, brother. Stay ahead of your crowd. Stay on top, man. Never look back, dog. You know, everything else can be played, but can't never stop the hustle, baby.
Man, give out your information, man. Your website, your Instagram, all that good stuff.
Come on, man. Lil G TV at Instagram. Personal friends and family, Mark McCabe. On Facebook. Anything else, man, look for Comedian Lil G sites, Comedian Lil G fan base. You ever want to email me personally on business, you got treatments and you got movies or anything like that, hit me at lilgtvbookings@gmail. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you, man.
You got it, bro.
Hustle, man. Hustle!